Hello, my name is Amy Zaleski, and I'm your son or daughter's chemistry teacher this semester. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about the structure of my class. I graduated from North Carolina State University with a degree in chemistry, and worked as a chemist for about 3 years before I made the move over to teaching. I have been teaching for well over a decade, and am now a board-certified teacher. Teaching chemistry is my passion, and I love sharing that with my students. Now for a little bit about the structure of my class. This is my classroom website. You can access that through the West High page, or your son and daughter came home with instructions on how to get here. The chemistry tab is going to be the one that's going to be the most important for you and your son or daughter to use, and contains a lot of information about our day-to-day studies in class. Chemistry can be a difficult class for a lot of students. It requires consistent work both in and out of the classroom. In chemistry, everything is sequential, so coming to class prepared to learn each day is essential. Some of the materials that my students will need to have are located here underneath the class info and resources section of my website. Here's the class supply list. One of the things I do want to point out is that they will need a scientific calculator. A good one to have is a TI-30X, and we can get a picture of that here in just a second. It's around $15 and is available at most places that sell calculators. Cell phones will not do as a calculator. This particular calculator has all of the functions that we will use throughout the semester. If they already have a graphing calculator, that's fine to use. They'll be able to use that in my class as well as in their math class. But if they need a calculator, this is the one that I prefer them have. They will need to use this calculator to work homework problems, will need to use it in class, and they'll need to be very comfortable with this calculator when it comes time to take that final exam. I always try and make chemistry as fun and practical as I can. We'll be doing several labs and projects throughout the semester. We have lab safety rules here. We're going to be going over those in class, but in case your son or daughter needs to be reminded, there they are. I also want to show you some of the information that you have access to. We have an online book link. Your student will receive some instructions on how to connect to their online book this semester. The instructions are located right here. They'll just need to register and can follow the instructions here on this page. This redemption code in this video may change from time to time. Alright, if they happen to misplace a scientific calculator and need to do some for homework problems, they can always use this little gadget here. It's important for students to get extra help as soon as they need it, so they don't fall behind. Because each day we're going to be learning information that we learned the day before. I'm available each morning and most afternoons to help students with quick questions, and I do offer more formal tutoring at least once a week. I'll let students know which day in the week we will be having tutoring. I'll also give extra credit for attending these tutoring sessions, and it's one of the only extra credit opportunities that students have in my class. There will be homework every night. This homework may be practice problems or a videocast lesson similar to the one that you're watching now. Homework gives students a reason to think about the concepts or apply and reinforce the skills they have learned on their own outside of the classroom. I tell students that I make chemistry seem easy, but I need for them to be able to do it without my assistance, and that's the reason for the homework. I always post assignments on my website. I'm in the process of digitizing assignments, and I have most of them. I have a digital copy of most of those, and we'll post those to my website. I will include a copy of your son or daughter's homework, so that if they lose a copy or are absent, they can visit my website and get what they need. I will include links to resources and videocasts as well for some lessons. So you can see those lessons are outlined here. If I do have video casts, I usually put them under the resources, and here's where you can find a link to all the assignments. I will be updating the Google Calendar and for each day, and it will come with links to the topics or homeworks that will be assigned for that day, and can be very, very useful in staying organized. Another resource is the use of the Remind app. This is a courtesy that I do for my students, so they're always aware of what their homework is. You and or your son or daughter can sign up for the automated text, and here's the sign up for Remind there, by following the directions found on this link. Just make sure that it's for the correct class. I also have included a link to PowerSchool, our online electronic grading gradebook. PowerSchool is a fantastic tool for both you and your son or daughter. I update grades daily, but I suggest that you check their grades once a week. There is even an option to set up weekly progress report emails within PowerSchool, and that's what I do with my own children. This gives your children more responsibility in keeping up with their own stuff, yet it doesn't give them enough time to dig a deep hole that they can't recover from. A little bit of how I code assignments in my gradebook. If an assignment is not turned in, I give a 0 for that assignment. If that assignment was not turned in due to an absence, full credit will be given once the assignment is turned in. Then that needs to be within 5 days of the absence. If an absence is not the reason an assignment was not turned in, I give a 0 on the assignment and code it as late. Students may turn in an assignment the next day, which is a 25-point reduction. Regular chemistry students have 4 opportunities to turn in a late assignment, and honors chemistry students will have 3 opportunities. So when you're checking their grades, if you see a lot of lates on there, that means they are not doing their assignments or not turning them in on time. So that's something you would want to address with your son or daughter. I also have information on how to contact me and some other things to help support you and your son or daughter. I look forward to a fantastic semester and appreciate you taking the time to listen to this.